History and Time, Africa.
In South Africa between 1910 and 1940, the British increased their control on the Africans. The British imposed a system of racial segregation called apartheid. They wanted to ensure that the white people that ruled Africa maintained their control. Africans were forced to work in low-paying jobs. People in Kenya had to carry around passes. They were evicted from their own land for the benefit of the British. They live on reserves located in barren areas that were unsuitable.
The beauty of Africa was expressed by a poem, Black Woman. Black woman, clothed in your color which is life, your form which is beauty. I grew up in your shadow. The sweetness of your hands bandaged my eyes. And there, in the heart of summer and of noon, I discover you. Promised land from the height of a burnt mountain, and your beauty strikes my heart like the lightning of an eagle. Apartheid, or separation of races. In Africa, nations suffer from legacy left by colonial rule. Tribal conflicts brought civil war to many nations.
Just like Turkey, Iran used nationalism to become independent. By westernizing their country, Iran was able to modernize, and with modernizing, they were able to gain respect from the world. With that respect, they were able to use their oil for foreign affairs.
Due to documents, the Women War was a very dreadful thing that led to Nigerian women processing British politics. This was a very bad thing. Many lives were taken. Women did this because they controlled marketing and the farmland. This was around the 1920s. The women became a full-fledged revolt. Women walked around with machetes and sticks to mock British troops, but at the end, the British silenced them with gunfire.
After World War I, the Ottoman Empire was defeated. The Arab lands there was divided into two for the British and the French. Mustafa Kemal, aka Ataturk of Turkey, wanted to remove the British and the French from his lands, so he had set goals to westernize their land and end their imperialism.
Hello, Mr. Toby. Toby. I'm sorry. I apologize. Could you please tell me about Africa now? Africa now is very harsh. The water is dirty. The air is polluted. The schools are horrible. We are all facing bad, terrible things. But it's still not as bad as it used to be. Can you explain how it used to be? Well, back in the days, my ancestors, they was forced to work on a cash crop, and all of them together bunched up. It was horrible for them, very horrible. I I'm sorry, Toby. I'm sorry, Toby. So bad. Can you please explain about what kind of stories you used to hear when you were a child? I used to hear about my family being put in very bad situations, and how they were forced to carry ID cards, and they would imitate the generals, or whatever you call them, with machete guns, and they was very harsh. I can't even think about this anymore. I'm sorry, Toby. So bad, but it's okay.
It's these substandard motels on the la corner of 4th and Fremont. Straight appealing only cause they're just that unappealing. Any Baptist Catholic would cross themselves upon until the rooms have a hint of asbestos and maybe just a dash of formaldehyde, and the habit of decomposing right before you're very alive, along with the people inside. What a wonderful caricature of intimacy inside. What a wonderful caricature of intimacy.
Very hot down here. We have like no air, no water. Our schools are hot.
She's getting a job at the firm come Monday. The missus will say with the cheating attorney lying aside. She really needs this money. Not
After
to
World War
mention
One.
the constable and his proposition for that virgin, yes, the one the lawyer met with on strictly business. As he said to the missus, well,